Welcome back to the deep dive. This is the place where we try to cut through all the noise so you can get straight to the knowledge that actually matters.
Exactly.
And today we're talking about something I think is essential for anyone looking to be more efficient. We're moving beyond just simple connections and into, well, sophisticated, low-code workflow automation.
That's right. And for those of you who are really curious about building smarter systems, our mission today is pretty clear. We're not just giving you a summary. We are going to unpack the fundamentals of this.
Okay.
We'll look at a really flexible, source-available platform, break down its core parts, what actually makes the data move, and this is the big one, explore how you can plug in cutting-edge AI agents to make everything truly intelligent.
All right, let's start with the basics then. A core definition. When we say workflow automation, what are we really talking about?
Well, at its heart, it's just using technology to do tasks or processes without a human having to, touch them.
So you're building a sort of digital machine that just follows rules.
You've got it. It follows rules and triggers, which gives you consistency and efficiency. And it doesn't matter if you're managing customer data or, I don't know, generating social media content.
And this isn't just theory, right? This is happening everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. It's the backbone of how businesses grow now. A classic example is a customer fills out a form on your website. And instead of you manually copying their info into your CRM and then typing out a welcome email, the automation just handles all of it instantly.
But for that machine to work, it needs a blueprint, a structure. What are the non-negotiable parts you have to build in?
It always comes down to three things, no matter what tool you use. First, you need a trigger event.
The starting gun.
The starting gun, exactly. It could be a new email arriving at a specific time of day or, like in our example, a form submission. Second, you have the actions. These are the jobs to be done. Updating a database, sending a Slack message, running a calculation.
And the third piece is where it gets smart, I imagine.
Precisely. The third part is conditions. These are the if-then rules. So the system only sends an email if the contact is marked as a VIP, or it only alerts the sales team if the request is high priority.
So you're not just automating, you're automating with intelligence. You're not wasting resources.
Exactly right.
So, okay, why should you, our listener, really invest time in learning this? I think it boils down to three main benefits. First one is obvious. It saves time. It frees you from that manual drudgery like data entry, which is just a huge time sink.
And the second one is, I'd argue, even more valuable, it reduces errors.
Oh, yeah.
Humans, well, we're not great at repetitive tasks. We get bored, we make typos. Automation is consistent every single time. When you're dealing with financial data or onboarding new clients, that consistency is everything.
And third, and this is key for growth, is the ability to scale operations. A person can only do so much. If your business suddenly takes off, manual processes just break.
They completely fall apart. Automation lets you handle thousands of queries with something like an AI chatbot, making that growth actually manageable.
Which brings us to the platform we're going to focus on. It's a low-code, node-based tool, very visual, and it's known for being incredibly flexible.
And it has one advantage that many of the big names don't. It's source available.
Okay, so let's do a quick comparison here. Most people have heard of the big competitors. You have one that's super user-friendly, great for simple if this then that tasks, but it gets expensive fast because you pay for every single task.
Right.
Then you have another one that's also very visual, more affordable, and you pay per operation, so it can handle a bit more complexity.
But the platform we're looking at, Day, it offers a really powerful alternative, especially if you care about data privacy. They have this fair code model, which means you can self-host it for free.
And that's the strategic difference, isn't it? You own the data.
Yeah.
It runs on your own servers.
That's the key. Your customer data, your business logic, it never has to leave your environment. That's a huge deal for security and control. While they do have cloud plans that are affordable, that self-hosting option is a massive competitive advantage.
So it's a choice between, let's say, pure ease of use with the big names versus ultimate flexibility and control.
You've got it. Now let's get into the mechanics. The building blocks of any workflow in this system are called nodes.
Okay.
Every workflow visually starts with the trigger node. It's the one with the orange lightning bolt. And after that, you connect what are called regular nodes that do all the work.
And if you look inside one of these nodes, you see three main things. Parameters, which are the settings, input-output data, so the info flowing through, and credentials, for logging into other services.
Right. And when we talk about these regular nodes, we're really focusing on the T in ETL.
Let's pause on that. For anyone listening, what is the T in ETL?
The T is for transformation. ETL stands for extract, transform, load. So you extract data from a source, you transform it, clean it up, change it, add to it, and then you load it into a destination, like a CRM. That transformation step is where all the magic happens.
And to do that, there are a few essential nodes, like a Swiss Army knife for your data. The first one is the edit fields node, also called the set node.
Yes, this is for your simple data shaping. Renaming a field from ordered to ordered so another system can understand it, or adding a static value, like tagging every lead with source.website.
Simple enough, but what if you need more power?
Then you reach for the code node. Think of this as your ultimate escape hatch. If there's no button for the logic you need, like converting a weird date format or filtering a huge list of orders to find just the high-value ones, the code node lets you write a bit of custom JavaScript to do exactly what you want.
And the third one is the HTTP request node. This is your bridge to the rest of the internet.
Absolutely. If there isn't a pre-built node for a service you use, this lets you talk to its API directly. You can send or receive data from basically anywhere.
So how does the data actually move between all these nodes?
It flows as a JSON structure, which is basically an array of objects. So mastering this is all about knowing how to reference that data correctly.
It's kind of like a mail merge, right? You have to tell the system exactly which placeholder to fill with which piece of data from a previous step.
That's a perfect analogy. And you might need relative referencing to get data from the node right before, or absolute referencing to reach all the way back to the very first trigger.
And a quick technical tip. Watch out for spaces in your data field names.
Oh, that's a classic mistake.
Yeah.
If a field is called customer name with a space, you have to use a specific notation to access it. Get that wrong, and the whole workflow can just stop.
So mastering that data flow is step one, but how do we make these workflows truly intelligent? This is where we get into AI agents. What exactly is an AI agent here?
In this context, an AI agent is a program that can perceive data like understand text and then perform tasks on its own to reach a goal.
And there are different types, right?
Yeah, they exist on a spectrum. You have simple reactive agents that just act on what's right in front of them. Then you have goal-based agents that can actually plan steps to achieve an objective. And the most powerful are learning agents, which get better over time.
So how does the platform actually support this?
It uses specialized nodes. There's a main AI agent node, a summarization chain for condensing long text, and a basic LLM chain, which makes it easy to connect to models from, say, OpenAI.
But just having the tool isn't enough. I've heard that with AI, the quality of what you put in determines the quality of what you get out.
Garbage in, garbage out has never been more true. You have to master prompting.
So what does a good prompt look like? What are the key elements?
There are 4 things you absolutely need to practice. 1, clarity. Be explicit. Don't say fix this. Say rewrite this paragraph in a formal tone.
Okay, it's specific. What's 2?
2 is context. Give the AI a role. Tell it you are a legal advisor or you are a creative copywriter. That sets the tone. 3 is constraints. Give it rules. Write a response under 100 words. Use only 3 bullet points.
And the last one?
The 4th, and maybe the most powerful, is giving it examples. This is called few-shot prompting. If you show the AI a couple of correct input-output pairs first, it learns the exact format you want, which dramatically improves the result.
That's really powerful, but it brings up a critical question. Is the AI always perfect? If I ask for exactly 100 words, will I get it?
And here's the crucial health warning. Large language models often struggle with tasks that require absolute mathematical precision.
Like word counts.
Like exact word counts or specific numerical outputs. If your use case is critical like financial calculations, you should never blindly trust the LLM. You always need to combine it with other nodes in your workflow to validate or post-process the output.
That's a great point. Skepticism is healthy. So let's talk about reliability. How do we make sure our workflows run smoothly and, recover when they fail?
You start by knowing your execution modes. You have manual execution for when you're building and testing. Then, when it's ready, you activate production execution for live automatic runs. You can monitor everything in the executions log.
But what about when an error is inevitable? Say an external service goes down.
This is where you can build what's essentially a self-healing workflow. The platform has a brilliant feature called the error trigger node.
So it doesn't just stop the workflow.
No, it activates a completely separate workflow dedicated to handling that error. So the moment your main process fails, the error workflow can immediately send a Slack message to your team with all the error details. It saves hours of digging around.
And there are ways to handle smaller errors too, right?
Absolutely. You can set a node to continue on fail, so a minor hiccup doesn't stop everything. And when you're troubleshooting, the debug helper node is your best friend. You can stick it anywhere to pause the flow and see exactly what the data looks like at that point.
Okay, let's tie this all together with a case study from the source material. The AI-powered children's storytelling project.
Right, this is a perfect example. The workflow could start with a timer, maybe once a week. Step 1, an AI agent node gets a prompt like generate a short story about a talking elephant.
Huh?
Step 2, that text is sent to a text-to-speech API to create an audio narration. Then, that same text is sent to an image generation model to create a picture for the story.
So it's creating all the different media assets automatically.
Exactly. The workflow then packages the text, the audio file, the image file, and for the final step, it uses an action node to distribute the whole story through a Telegram bot to subscribers.
That's a complete content factory. From idea to delivery with zero human intervention, it uses every single component we've talked about.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've gone through the basics, trigger, action, condition. We've talked about the strategic advantage of flexible platforms, the importance of data transformation, and of course, the power you unlock with AI agents when you use disciplined prompting.
And here's the provocative thought I want to leave you with. The barrier to entry is gone. The transition from just being a user of software to being a builder of your own intelligent, self-healing workflows. That's within your reach now. You can define the future of your own efficiency.
We really encourage you to get your hands dirty, experiment, and build something. And please, share your opinions and your workflow ideas in the comment section below. We'd love to see them.
And if you found this deep dive useful, if you feel like you've gained some crucial insights, please do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell.
And share this video with others so they can join the conversation too.